Hi, this is Tweek. On this week's episode of Tweeks with Tweek, we're going to make a beaded cluster ball, a step-by-step guide on how to construct one for yourself. Join us. The supplies you'll need for this project are, you'll need some glass beads. I'm using 18mm beads. You will need 30 of them. You will also need some wire. You'll need a pair of scissors and a pair of pliers. You'll need some beading wire. I use a 0.018 inch wire. Let's go. All right, to start off making a beaded cluster ball, I'm using 18mm beads, glass beads. They're going to be very reflective and beautiful. I need 30 of them. So they come on strands of 12 usually. So I will need 3 strands total. I'll have a few extras. So we've got our beads. Line them up. This is the most important part in my mind of how to keep this straight when you're making the cluster ball. You line them up in a series of 5, then 4 beads. And each number represents a round as you make the cluster ball. And a 3, and a 3. Trying to get them to not roll, but just keep it straight. And this guides you as you string along. And we need 2 beads. And we need another set of 3. 2, 3. This might seem mundane, but it is really, really helpful to keep you on track. 2, 2, and 1. That is our sequence. You can use any size bead. If you use this sequence, you will create a cluster ball. So let's get going with this one. We have the beads, we have them lined up, we need some wire. I'm using Bead-A-Lon wire. It is strong and flexible, and it's a 0.108 inches, which means it's thin enough to string into the beads and strong enough to hold them together. I use about 4 feet of it. I want excess because this big a cluster ball takes up a little extra wire, and I want to make sure I have it on hand. So I'm going to come to my string of wire here, and I'm going to find the center. I'm going to take the first set of 5 beads, and I'm going to string them on the wire. Oh, let me clean up that edge. Okay, right. It's going to seem like a lot of wire at first, but as you string them together and weave them into the circular pattern, you're going to see how fast that wire gets used up. We string 5 beads onto the wire. Collect the 2 ends. I'm trying to keep it as even as I can, but they will slip around. You will end up with uneven ends on the wire, and that's just how it goes. So you've got 5 beads strung. Now, I have a left side and a right side. I'm going to set down the right side wire, and I'm going to come in with the left side. And I'm going to string through the last bead on that set. You pull through, and you've made a pentagon. 5 beads. The rest of the cluster ball will all be a series of making little pentagons, little 5 bead sets. Important here, I'm lining up my 2 ends again, and I'm trying to get that center bead section as close as I can to the middle. Wow, did I do a great job. That's the first time I got it that close. The ends, excellent. So, pulling them tight. Lay this in front of me. I've got a left side wire and a right side wire. You pull out the next section of 4 beads. Okay, and we're going to string them on the right side wire. 4 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let them meet. And when I take the left side wire and come through that last bead on that line of 4, pull through just that last bead, And you're going to end up with another little pentagon that matches the first. They create a little V pattern in the center. So I want to hook those two together. And as I pull this together, try to keep the wire tight on these beads. This is starting to make a little concave. Oh, let me get my wires straight here. Pulling them together makes a little bit of a concave. I want to keep that towards me. Take this left wire and go through the bead. That neighbor's the one we just ended on. And that connects the two pentagons together. See, the beads are slipping around a little bit, but we just try to keep them tight. Left side, right side. Take the next 3 beads. See, we're working our way down the pattern. And we're going to string the 3 beads on the right side of the wire. And as it meets up, we'll take the left side of the wire and we'll string through that last bead. Oh, can't see it. There it goes. Pull it through. And you've made another set of 5. Keep trying to keep them tight. That's what you've got so far. You've got 3 sets of 5 together. Now take that wire. Okay, the concave towards me. It's starting to curl towards me. I want that always towards me. So this left wire we just left off, we're going to buddy up next to the next one. Next bead, go through that bead once. And now you've hooked them all together. That's pretty. Okay, left side wire, right side wire. Our next combination is 3. We're going to take 3 more beads and attach them or string them onto the right side. They meet up with the 2. See? So that makes a series of 5. Take the left wire, come through that last bead, pull it together. There's a lot of wire here, so you just got to be patient. We're going to use most of it. And there you go again. I try to wind the wire around my left hand so that I can come in and catch that last bead neighbor. Oh, I'm having trouble seeing where that goes. There it goes. There we go. Again, put the curvy side, concave side towards me, and that gives you your right and left side again. Kind of set you back to start. Here we go. They are slippy slidey. I just do my best to keep them tight. Left side goes there, right side. Okay. These beads are big. 3 in this sequence, 3 beads on the right wire, right hand side. 1, 2, 3. So we're repeating the same pattern over again. You bead on the right, you come with the left, and come through that last bead, and then you tighten it up, pull it through. So far, so good. Now this time, you see you've got the concave towards me. Think of it as like a turtle shell. And I'm using the wire on my left hand to try to keep it taut. This time, we've got 2 beads to add. So I want to take the 1 bead I just came out of. Come here, beads. And take that left side wire and go through the next 2 beads. What you're doing, you're setting up 3 beads to take the next, which are 2. So here's what we've got so far. Left side, trying to keep it tight. Right side, here's 2. 2 beads strung on the right side wire. Okay, they meet up. You take the left wire and push it through that last bead. Pull it up. What you have now is half of the cluster ball. You can see it looks like a turtle shell. You have half of it done. So now I want to take this where we left off there, that would be the left side, and push it through its neighbor. That last bead there, and that hooks them together. So there's what we have right now, half of a cluster ball. Again, to orient yourself, keep the circle or the concave part towards you. So that gives you a left side and a right side. The next combination is 3. 3 beads get strung onto the right side wire. See how quickly the wire's disappearing, huh? As you wind it in. All right, now you guys are sliding around a little bit, so try to keep it taut. We got 3 there. They're meeting up with the 2. It's just going to create another 5. So bring the left side over, cross that into that last bead, and pull through. We've added another set of 5. I'm going to try to keep this taut. So where you came out, you want to add 2. See, there's 2 coming on. So you want to go through the next 2 beads here, the one you just came out of. You're going to buddy up 2 more beads. So see how you have 3 there? Now you're all set to add 2 more beads. Again, orientate yourself to the circle is going to be towards you, the concave part. Inside of the shell, think of it that way. We've got the left side, we've got the right side. Our wire's getting shorter. We've got 2 to add here. 2 beads strung on the right side wire. They meet up. You bring the left wire over. This thing's getting kind of tall. Okay, bring the left wire over. String it through that last bead. Trying to see. And pull through. Okay, so we pull that together. Now you can look ahead and get a little hint. You have 2 beads coming on to be strung, which means you need to have a little 3-pack here, a little 3 set. So we have the 1 and go through the next 2 beads. String through the next. Okay. So now you have a little 3 set up. That's a good way. If you feel like you're getting lost, just look at your pattern, look at what's in front of you. If we need 2 beads, we need 3 beads for them to make the next pattern of 5. So the whole concave is towards me. You have your left side wire, your right side wire, and we're going to add 2 beads this time. 2 beads to the left, 2 beads to the right hand side. They meet. We bring the left wire in. I'm kind of trying to hold it up because these beads are pretty heavy. String it through that last bead. Pull it together. There you go. Now, we came through that wire, we came through that bead. We have 2 more coming on. So we know we need to go through 2 more beads, 2 little neighbors here, to get ready for the 2 to make the 5. I don't mean to sound like I'm confusing you, but you've got the setup again. And I keep trying to pull on the wires to make sure we stay tight, not too much of a gap. So turn it around. You're almost done. Left side, right side. We have 2 in this round. We got 2 beads going on to the right side. Pull it down. Bring that left wire over and push it through the last bead and pull it through. almost done. You just made another set of 5. Now we have 1 bead left. That means you need 4 beads down here with the wire to complement that 1. So we're going to take this little guy where we came out. We're going to go through 3 of his neighbors. 1, 2. You're just skimming along the top here. 3. So you have 3, which sets up into 4, and you have 1 more bead left. Again, I'm going to turn it around. Concave parts facing me. Right side, left side. I'm going to take this last bead. Let it meet. Bring the left side in. Pull it through. And that last bead forms the last 2 pentagons. You're done, but I want to secure that top by hanging on tight. And I'm just going to run this wire. Doesn't matter which side. This is why I like to leave a lot of wire at the end, because I can hang on to it and maneuver it. I'm not wasting that much wire, but you do use way more than you think you might just making this cluster ball. So I'm coming around 3 on this side, and then I'm going to come around 1 on this side. I'm just trying to make sure there's a little more strength on the top of this cluster ball. Now the 2 wires are meeting at the same place. And because this wire is so malleable and easy to work with and strong, I can just go ahead and make a couple of knots, which I'm going to do pull tight. And since I'm not real strong, I'm going to use the pliers to help me make that knot as tight as I can make it. So I just hang on and give a couple pulls. And the wire can take it. Then I switch and I do it again because I want to make sure. Okay, now I'm going to make 1 more knot. You could put a crimping bead. I just found that knotting it is just the easiest way to go. And the knot just disappears into the design. Oh, come on there. Come on there, pliers. Let's give this a tight tug. Oh. Okay, tug it the other way too. Okay, tight. Now, I'm going to very simply get close as I can to that knot and just give a snip. See? Now where'd the knot go? Disappeared, didn't it? And there you have it. We did it. We created a beaded cluster ball. We wanted to devote 1 episode into the step-by-step on how to make one of these because it can seem very confusing, but once you get the pattern down and follow the ins and outs of it, you end up with something beautiful. So if you like what you've seen here today, subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and don't forget to ring the bell so you know when another episode of Tweaks with Tweek is coming along. On the next episode, we're going to show you what you can do with these. They're so pretty, and we're going to have some fun. See you again.